Today we're checking out this 2018 Polo sedan, and it's a real car owned by a real person. The owner is a colleague and a friend of mine, and she voluntarily decided to share her car ownership journey with you guys through my voice. So I'll try my best to be nice. She calls her car Amedina, so for the purpose of this review, we'll just call her Amedina's mom. In this video, we'll cover the features you get in a 2018 Polo sedan, issues you should look out for if you're shopping around for a high mileage model, and pricing in the used market. Welcome to another video. I normally start with the exterior features, but today I want us to start inside because I'm trying to be nice. If you've been inside a VW before, you're already familiar with this dashboard layout. There's a leather-wrapped multifunction steering wheel and a ridiculously small touchscreen. The screen is so small you can literally cover it with just 4 fingers, and the system is a bit slow. If you're still playing music using CDs in 2023, you need some help. Before we move on to the next part, you should note that this car is currently sitting at a mileage of just over 130,000 kilometers on the clock, and that means it's already out of warranty, because VWs normally come with a 3-year 120,000 kilometers warranty. Without warranty, if anything breaks, you are on your own, and I want to laugh right now because the aircon in this car is no longer working, and aircon problems are very common in VW cars. If you've experienced aircon issues in your VW before, let us know what was the problem and how much did you pay for the repairs. In my Polo GTI, the aircon was not blowing cold air due to a faulty condenser, and they wanted 11,000 rands to fix the problem. And that was the end of my relationship with VW. You already know that story if you've been following the channel from day one. Sometimes your aircon problem may be sorted with just a gas refill, and in some cases it's just a faulty fuse. The aircon is not the only thing that's not working in this car, by the way. The front passenger window is permanently closed, but that's not a VW problem. It's the owner's problem. So Amedina's mom parked the car outside with the front passenger window open, and since the devil is always on duty, it started raining, and today we're here. I forgot to mention the USB port is also messed up. Overall, I think the interior is decent, and I wouldn't mind living with this car in 2023. You can no longer use the buttons on the key to lock and unlock the car, and no, the problem is not the battery. So before buying a used car, don't just focus on the mileage and the condition of the body. Check whether all the little things are fully functional. Assess the central locking system, windows, aircon, radio, wipers, hooter, and all the lights. The sad part about the used market is that if you buy a faulty car and only pick up the issues at a later stage, dealers may pin the blame on you. Hey guys, my aircon is not working. It's your fault. Hey, the radio is not. It's your fault, Morena. You are on your own. That's exactly what happens if you try to return a faulty used car. It's even worse if you bought a car that's already out of warranty. We all know how some ladies drive, so I hope you're not shocked by the condition of the front bumper. And I'm sure she just said oops after smashing it and continued speeding, because ladies have a speeding problem. There's a dent on the rear passenger door, and the rear bumper is also not looking good because this car was rear-ended by a drunk driver about 2 years ago, but it was just a minor bump. The car has always been comprehensively insured, but the owner doesn't want to claim because she believes claiming for minor damages will affect her insurance profile. So she's been paying premiums since 2019 for nothing, because her car looks like a wrong turn but it's insured. So you must always think about this Polo whenever a car dealer tells you a car was lady driven. That gender is always speeding for no reason. Oops and continue speeding, but that's lap. The boot capacity is 454 liters, and don't judge me because everything you see here came with the car. There was a lot of stuff in here, but we transferred most of the useless things to the Swift when we were swapping cars. I wonder why your girlfriends like holding stuff in their cars. You find clothes, food, brushes, hair straighteners, pads, wet wipes, cups, plates, old sleeves, books, makeup, bags, dead laptops, fake hair, scissors, medication, weird salt, JS fluid, perfume, hand lotion, lipstick, Alcohol, leftovers, glycerin and speeding tickets. It's always a mess. Under the bonnet, there's a 1.6 litre natural aspirated 4-cylinder engine, producing only 77 kilowatts and 155 Newton meters of torque. For normal day-to-day driving, the power is decent, but when driving uphill, the car kind of feels underpowered. One thing I can't complain about is the handling, because this Polo is really stable even when you are doing unthinkable things. Some budget sedans are so light, they feel like they are made out of aluminum foil. I lived with this car for about a week and mechanically there's nothing wrong with it. No funny noise, shakes or vibrations. It still drives like it's new. There's even no warning lights on the dash. You can't tell it's serviced under a tree, but then the guy used to work for VW, so he definitely knows what he's doing. The car is now sitting at just over 130,000 kilometers, and the last service that was done at the VW workshop was the 90,000 kilometer service, and it was a 5,000 rands job. No warranty, no service plan, and my friend is cruising nicely. She just pays roughly 2,500 to service the car under a tree. In terms of fuel economy, the best figure I've seen was 17.5 kilometers per liter, and that's equivalent to 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers. And if you are driving, you get Poma 11.4 kilometers per liter, and that's equivalent to 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Now let's get to pricing and cost of ownership. The owner paid around 200,000 rands for this car in 2019 pre-owned. It came with a mileage of 30,000 kilometers on the clock and she bought it cash. She's a dietitian by profession, because I know some of you were going to ask that question. Her first car was a high mileage Nissan Micra, which she bought for around 50,000 rands. So while driving the Micra, she was saving some money for a decent car, and that's how she managed to buy this car cash. In the used market, similar 2018 and 2019 examples with over 100,000 kilometers on the clock are still going for around 200,000 rands. And I don't know how I feel about that. But these Polos are very reliable, so maybe that's why they hold their value well. I know a couple of guys who are driving Polo sedans with over 300,000 kilometers on the clock. The Polo sedan is great and all that, but I don't see myself spending 200,000 rands on a 2018 or 2019 Polo with over 100,000 kilometers on the clock and out of warranty. While with the same amount I can get a decent low mileage Toyota Corolla Quest with better performance, warranty and a decent service plan. VW Polos are generally high risk when it comes to theft, but it seems like thugs don't really care much about the sedans. Amedina's mom is paying an insurance premium of 800 rands for this car. And before I forget, I promised her a front bumper and she believed me, but I was just lying. Now I don't know where to find a bumper, so please sponsor me with a Polo bumper guys, my life depends on it. So with your 200,000 rands, are you buying a high mileage Polo sedan or you are looking for something else? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more car content in the Mzansi context.